Lions track, and it was brilliant. Great experience. Great spots of natural beauty and lovely people. You use the right words, tranquil and peaceful, and as if the time stops for you. That kind of a place, and countryside is beautiful, green. Right, so Pakistan have got their work cut out here. Let's see how they go about chasing this one down. It's a competitive score, something that is within Pakistan's reach, but obviously in a run chase situation, you've got to play your cards extremely efficiently. Imam ul Haq, 40 matches, and his record is outstanding because look at that average, over 50. Strike rate is 80. Strike rate in the power play, we discussed it the other day, has got to improve. FAKHAR getting a look in this ODI series, playing his first game of the series. 47 match for him, and the strike rate is extremely good, 95.23, best of 210 that he cracked against Zimbabwe 2 years back. Was it at Harare, Tino?
It was in Bulawayo. The whole of that series was in Bulawayo. If you remember, it was in the middle of the winter, and temperatures were not friendly.
I've never felt so cold in my life. Blessing Muzrabani. Now, Zimbabwe need to start off well here. Got to get into Pakistan's top order, look for wickets. That's the reason why. Now the second slip fielder being used.
I like that. Got to strike and get the right places sorted in the field. But you've got to get the ball in the right place.
Well, that's an exciting start by Imam ul Haq. Can't bowl on the pads of any international player. He was in good position, even though he was off balance just for a little while, but then it was good piece of timing. It was aerial, but there's no one there to control this flick. Off the mark with a 4. Consistency is what Zimbabwe need with the new ball. Don't worry about picking up wickets. It's about just showing a bit of discipline and not to waver from your game plan. And game plan has got to be to get that ball angle across. 2 slips in place and get Rashid Riaz, raise the finger in your favor.
Just so important, that start and building pressure. Him. Talking about getting the ball in the right area, just a bit of shape into the left-hander from Zarabani. He's basically just walked through this delivery. Has Imam ul Haq, and it crashes into the off stump. Good delivery from Zarabani, just what the doctor ordered for Zimbabwe.
A loose shot and paying the price. What a start by Zimbabwe. Dismissing Imam ul Haq, who's got an ODI average in excess of 50. 4 for 1 Pakistan. Babar in early. Average of 54 with a strike rate of 87. Best of 125.
Just walking through that, very uncharacteristic of Imam Ul Haq early on in his innings. We've seen already he's got some runs, yes, in the first 2 games, but he's taken his time early on. Quite defensive, quite circumspect. Rather out of character, that stroke.
Point is that you've got to give respect to the new ball. I know that the pressure is on you because you need a lot of runs to get over the line in a way, and so you want to be proactive. But he could have easily waited. Just respect for 2-3 overs and then get cracking. Little things that you at times forget. As an opener, you've got to make that strong decision. That I'm not going to flinch from my defensive shot if it's a good delivery. 4 for 1. Four for 1. FAKHAR ZAMAN is playing his first ODI of the series, and nothing seems to faze him. He remains pretty numb at the overall situation. That's the reason why his strike rate is so good in any situation. Highest run getter in National T20 tournament. There he goes into the gap, beautifully timed through the offside. Imam Ul Haq, normally so safe and bankable, got a good delivery, and well, he compounded the matters himself by playing a walking drive. Richard and Galva. Left arm swings the ball. Needs a bit of consistency though. Oh, that's close enough to call. The finger is raised. It wasn't missing the stumps. FAKHAR has gone for a review. Red hot right now, Zim.
Third umpire to director. Review for LBW. Original decision is out. It's a fair delivery. Front on spin vision, please. Ball is close to the bat. To confirm ultra edge, please. Just building up ultra edge. Still waiting for ultra edge. Here come. Keep rolling, keep lowering. Flat line, flat line. Roll through to the pads. Yeah, satisfied. No bat involved. Go for ball tracking. Original decision out. Pitching outside off. Impact in line. Wicket umpire's call. Aleem, stay with your original out decision. You are on screen now.
Yeah, it looked dramatic, even though it was an umpire's call in the end, but it looked pretty adjacent to the stumps when that ball wrapped him on the pads. The toe was pointing towards the cover. It should have been pointing down the pitch. He's gone. for 2. Pakistan being jolted here, 6 for 2. Two down for 6 runs. Haider Ali is facing his first ball. Hits it into the gap. And 4, what a start. He's a special talent. And this situation may just spur him on to something substantial. Beautiful shot.
Quality. He's walked in after a wicket. 2 wickets in the innings, just 6 runs on the board. And just eases that backward of point. Wide of the man at 3rd man for 4. This is why he's there. Outside the off stump. Carrying on and just clipping the top of leg stump.
Couple of balls that weren't really needed because you just picked up a batsman leg before and then your next 2 balls go for 4. Erratic is the word, I guess. One ball bowled wide outside the off stump, the other on the pads, and Haider Ali has been quick to pounce on both lines.
Just 2 matches for Haider Ali. Strike rate 137. Best of 29. That'll obviously go up as he continues. He just oozes confidence from the look of him, Ramiz.
Yeah, fearless and wants to dictate terms. There's another special drive, is off. In grand style, 3 boundaries in no time. Once again, just great balance and beautifully timed shot, 18 for 2. Babar Azam is off strike, off the mark as well. If this partnership works for Pakistan, Tino, it'll be an exciting partnership because both are classical batsmen, wants to get on with it. And we know that Haider Ali is off to a great start here, 12 or 4. And Babar has achieved so much in such a little time that is worth the watch.
Well, before we even get on to Haider Ali, 12 from 4. Come back to that in a moment. I wanted to say, in as much as Zimbabwe wanted early wickets and got an early wicket, the last thing you want is Babar Azam walking in with an average of 55, really. And yes, both quality players. Of course, Haider Ali we've seen a lot more of in the shortest version of the game. Just a couple of matches at one-day international level. But the class of BABAR AZAM, unquestionable.
Has time to play those shots. I think that's an early indication of how good a batsman is. This will test his temperament, and international cricket is all to do with your temperament. Your skills, your talent doesn't work if you don't have the ticker, the heart, the ability to read tough situations. It stems from good temperament. He'll always get the ball to bounce. He's tall and a much improved bowler, Tino, from what I saw of him 2 years back.
Yeah, he had a Colpack deal for a couple of years. Spent some time with Northants. Unfortunately, when he first got there, had a bit of a back injury which kept him out. But started to play a couple of four-day games last year, which, as you know, will teach you the discipline and the fundamentals that you need for any format of the game. Also played a couple of the list day stuff. But yeah, when you do have a conversation with him, he talks about the lessons that he learned and the shoulders that he rubbed with while he was over there. Had to come back. He's one of the spearheads of the attack now, with Kyle Jarvis and Tendai Chatara out.
Just 2 runs from the over, 20 for the loss of 2. HAIDER is on strike. Oh, out. Playing across the line. This is brilliant from Zimbabwe. A little too free. And went across, and full pitch delivery did the job. He's gone for a review, I think, pushed by BABAR AZAM, in fact.
Third umpire to director. We have a review for LBW. Original decision is out. It's a fair delivery. Front on spin vision, please. Roll back. Now forward, slow. Ball is close to the bat. To confirm ultra edge, please. Keep rolling, flat line. Roll through to the pads. Roll it back one more time to reconfirm. Now roll forward. Roll through to the pads. Satisfied, no bat involved. Go for ball tracking when it's ready. Original decision out. Pitching in line. Impact in line. Wicket sitting, 3 reds. Can you go back on field, please? Aleem, stay with your original decision. You are on screen now.
Yeah, it looked dead in live action as well. No real need for Pakistan to go for that. But wonderful piece of bowling, keeping the ball nice and up, backing himself, and well, they've got rid of exciting HAIDER Ali for just 13. It's 3 down now, Pakistan for 20. Mohammad Rizwan is in. Pakistan in a precarious situation. They've lost the top order. 3 down for 20. Babar Azam is young at the crease, only single to his name. Credit to Zimbabwe for creating a bit of stir. They bowled beautifully and supported by some lackluster footwork and choice of shots by at least 2 out of 3 batsmen. Look, high wind and playing across the line. Clearly missed the fuller length, and he was deceived by the length, and then he had to go across the line, and he was absolutely dead. Looking for that in-swinging angle, stays the course. Excellent ball.
He's been bringing the ball slightly back into the right-hander. That's a good ball to start off with. Good length, just held its line, went across the right-hander. You can see Mohammad Rizwan just kept that front pad, leg side of the ball as much as possible, expecting it to swing back.
Almost got to the ball, Wesley. Very quick at point.
Now it's good that Ngarawa's got a couple of early wickets for Zimbabwe, pitching the ball up. Just sometimes a bit concerned that when he does bowl a couple of good balls in the right area, then just lets it go in the over with 1 or 2 balls that are not quite in the right area, and these Pakistan batsmen put them away. Got the early wicket of FAKHAR and then had a couple of boundaries that were scored off him. This is him throughout the series, and you can have a look at that. He's been a little bit all over the place. Ramiz, a lot of short deliveries, length, a lot they've scored off that length. Those 2 pulsating white balls, or the 2 wickets that he's got today, which is pretty pitched up, and they're the only 2 in the series. Quite sporadic.
No need to run for that one. He's a class act, Babar Azam. A little bit of width, confirming your point that he's got to be consistent and get those balls in one cluster rather than being intermittent with his length. And almost a half tracker, an easy shot to milk through the offside for Babar.
Slip taken out by the captain, Shamuchi Baba. Second slip goes to a short catching extra cover, Craig Irvin.
He'll look to play the ball as late as possible. That's good defensive shot from Pakistan's captain. 25 for 3. In such a situation for any newcomer, it's vital that he changes his role to almost like batting in a test match situation. So you look after that off-stump angle, there are 2 slips in place, the ball is still doing something. So you got to back yourself with your defensive shots, defensive play for about another 2-3 overs. It's an excellent piece of bowling. Because he's tall, so therefore it's difficult for a batsman, especially a new batsman, to read his length straight away. Because that trajectory is difficult to pick.
Oh, it's a beautiful delivery, just angled into Mohammad Rizwan, stuck on the crease.
From where he bowls, even a straighter line can deceive you. You don't need a massive outswinger. Look at that extra bit of height as well. That is because he's what, 6'6", 6'7"?
6'9", maybe. Very, very tall lad. Just to go back to the point you made a couple of balls ago, Ramiz. Just about 2 batsmen in. And the manner in which they need to go about their partnership at the moment. Pakistan were 20 for 3, Zimbabwe 22 for 3, and a good partnership between Brendan Taylor and eventual Centurion Sean Williams. Pakistan can take a leaf out of that booklet. We saw Sean Williams in the second one-day international, 75 from 70-odd balls, quicker than a runner ball, but today, because of the situation that he walked in, he had to change the way that he plays his game. And I thought he was quite mature about that. At any given stage was literally 25 to 30 runs behind the number of balls that he had faced.
That they need to do consistently. Look for singles. That's the best way to deflect pressure at this stage. If they can get rid of Babar Azam at this stage, it'll be huge, absolutely huge. Then they'd probably be the favourites to win this if they can get rid of Babar at this stage. 253 required in 45.1 overs. Nice defence once again. It's 26 for 3. Good teams in World ODI circuit at this stage would generally be very aggressive in rotating the strike. Tap the ball here, run, tap the ball there and look for a quick single and put the bowler off his mark. Whereas you see with Pakistan, you know, they present a lot of dead bat in such a situation, and that obviously means more pressure on you, because you lose the rhythm, the grip over things, and you start to doubt yourself also, because you're looking for an accident to happen, looking for you to get out, and that's not a good way to read the situation. You've got to back yourself and look for those quick singles.
It's very easy to go in that way because lost 2 or 3 early wickets. We need a decent run rate, 5.5, and you think to yourself, hold on, let's just hold fort here. And what that does sometimes is it takes the positivity out of your play. Sometimes when the ball is in your area where you normally score freely, because you're just thinking, let's just hold fort here, don't put that ball away. Not looking for those quick singles that you're talking about, and actually you can almost dig yourself into a hole if you're not careful. Need to remain positive, know your strengths, and still continue to play to them. And
I also feel that your footwork improves when you're looking for a run. it shows of your positive intent, and so the body and the mind works positively. You're not looking for a 4. If it's there, obviously you want to put it away, but at least you're looking for a run, and that has a positive spin on your batting. The other thing is, in a pressure situation, is your calling, and that takes a lot out of your nervous system. A good yell of no, wait, yes, 1. They tell you to really shout in a tough situation, or when you're put in a pressure situation. That eases the pressure, relaxes you in a way. This is good bowling. He's targeting the stumps. He's not overachieving anything. He's not trying to create something. 27 for 3. Rizwan is on strike into the gap, and this field will allow them to come back for 2. This is not needed.
This is not needed at all. There's been lots of chit-chat about the Zimbabwean seamers and not doing well in the earlier part of the innings, but they've tried hard this morning, and they don't need that. That really is just a single. Yes, he's a left armer, but that's a ball that he can pick up, get in. Let's get ready for the next ball, lads.
So the thing for the captain to think over is for how long they can, or he can continue with this bowling pair. Muzarabani in his 4th over would want him to continue for another 2 at least, if not more, because when things are happening, so don't really mess with him, because the pressure is on Pakistan. Another strike, if they can get rid of BABAR AZAM, it'd be so nice for Zimbabwe, and their best bet is through this bowling pair.
I think if you take Muzarabani and Ngarawa, Muzarabani is probably a better middle overs bowler. So do you want him to bowl the extra 2 now? If he does that, and it probably means that he's just got 2 in the middle. If you need a burst of 3 from a seamer in the middle, it'll probably have to be Ngarawa. All of those things Chamu Chibaba is going to have to be considering.
You see, the other thing is that if they allow this partnership to grow, and if they allow BABAR AZAM to get a start, then it'll be difficult in the middle phase of the innings for Zimbabwe to hold him in. So that's the other conundrum scenario which they'll have to discuss.
And then, of course, you've got Donald Tiripano, who's in the side for the first time today. Hasn't played in the series so far. So, in that red cap, there'll be lots going on in terms of who do I bring on next? How much do I bowl this bowler? Considering that if I keep him on for another couple of overs, we might get that important breakthrough.
I would actually go with that logic, with that thinking. Get them on for another 3-4 overs at least. After 7, 30 for 3 Pakistan.
Well, this is wholeheartedly a much better effort from Zimbabwe's pace attack. Muzarabani and Garava, and they really have run in and they've had intent. Chamu Chababa has not really lit up the room with his batting at the top of the order, but he's leading this team, and they know that they've got a great chance here. Yes, they've lost the series, but they can pull this one out of the bag if they can remove Babar Azam, whose record in chases is not as good as certainly he would like. It's a fledgling career as far as captain C is concerned. When chasing 250s, he's got 105 50s. That average is 36. Bowled, well bowled. It is much better from Richard Ngarava, the left arm quick, and he's certainly not the pace, of course, of Shaheen or Wahab, but he's looking for consistency, which is what Zimbabwe's seamers have not provided in the first 2 one-days.
And the blueprint for Zimbabwe is to get wickets up front. But if you play classy shots like that, the cover drive, probably the best shot in world cricket going around. Babar Azam's cover drive.
That's such a stroke of beauty, isn't it? The balance, the poise, and the result. Not many better than that. Not many better in the world. Ooh, he's missed out. It was wide enough, straight to Craig Irvine at that short extra cover. Thing is with Babar Azam, he looks as if he really is enjoying being out there. He enjoys batting. You know, some batsmen don't bat with a smile on their face.
Well, if you get the ball hitting the middle of the bat more often than not, you're enjoying the game anyway. If you're struggling, if you're like me and hitting the edge all the time, you're never going to enjoy it.
Irvine stops the boundary. 8 gone, 35 for 3. Muzarabani. Well, his action will do that because he is square on and he does cross those arms. We've been through this, but what he has done, he's stepped up today. It's a bit different today from Muzarabani. I think the team talk would have been a stern one, and these two especially have done really well so far.
You might say it's a dead rubber, but there's still 10 points for a victory up for grabs. This part of ICC World Cup Super League, we saw Ireland get a few points off England, and at the end of the cycle, how important these points will be. So there's no dead rubbers as such. So Zimbabwe need to step up, if they have done so far.
The only dead rubber buzzards on a flat tire. Nothing dead about a game of cricket. Always something. Oh, you know, if he hits the seam just like that, it just gets the occasional ball to hold its line.
And for Zimbabwe to really step into a game. Fantastic recovery with the bat, but they're very good with the new ball and then sort of fall away as the innings progresses. So for order for them to win a game or for them to rule while they're bowling, they want wickets up front to peg the opposition back.
Leg side, don't drift there, but that fine leg has been put squarer. Well, Pakistan's record in chasing scores of 250 plus in the last few years is not that impressive. And Babar Azam probably knows that. Chasing scores of 250 plus. There have been 22 matches in the last 5 years, and Pakistan have only won 4 of them. 4 out of 22 chasing 250. Here they're chasing 279.
So you don't think that we're seeing the 5th?
It's going to be a tall.
Look, one of those chases was at
target.
Cardiff,
Yes.
and Rawalpindi is quite, in
Similar.
terms of conditions, is similar.
Very
so
similar. Very similar indeed. Well, you should know. I mean, you're a resident here. You're half a resident in Cardiff.
Correct. Weather's similar as well. Especially in June when you stood on the roof. It's very similar.
It is, yeah. You know, it's a very shrewd observation. And everyone's trying to squeeze in a view. Of course, no spectators allowed inside the stadium, but they've got a bird's eye view, haven't they? A kite's view. Hawkeye. Well done, Baz. 3 from the over, 9 gone, 38 for 3. I'll bet you did that, didn't you? I'll bet you were on the roof, you were on rooftops when you were a youngster looking for a vantage point.
Not necessarily wanting to watch cricket though when I'm on the rooftop. But yeah, it's good that they have that view, and imagine a view of a full crowd from there.
Well, this has been good from Ungarava. He's made batsmen play more deliveries than leave alone. Now then, highest run rate in list A cricket matches since 2016. Now we're talking run rate here. There are 5 grounds ahead of Rawalpindi. Rawalpindi's run rate is 5.88. Those 5 grounds, we'll come back to that in a minute. Bold. Good stuff. Now Maza Arshad has given us this one to talk about, Baz. So Nottingham, where Pakistan played 2 or 3 matches in last year's ICC Cricket World Cup. That opening match against West Indies was a horror show, but then they beat England there, didn't they, at Nottingham? Taunton, they played Australia. Worcester is where Imran Khan began his career. Wide, and oh, how gorgeous is that shot. Beautiful from Babar Azam.
A languid cover drive. Eases this pass cover. Don't really need to describe that. That is just pure and utter class.
Oh, slips down the leg side. Just a matter of slipping down that leg side. No chance of LBWs pitching outside, and And Garava knows he can't go there. That's why you've got that grimace.
Well, the cover drive forced him to bowl straighter. And it's just been turned around the corner. Babar Azam with back-to-back boundaries. He's into his rhythm.
Oh, in the ribs. A rib tickler.
Good ball, good ball.
Slightly early on that shot. The ball never arrived, so may drift. But it's okay. Probably have a six-pack underneath that shirt, so nowadays everybody has.
Bowled. That's a good recovery. Needed to get that straight. 8 gone. 46 for 3. Just the most beautiful evenings here in Rawalpindi. Sun drops ever so gracefully. This is a beautiful ground, Bazid. I know that you're a resident of Islamabad. Just a 10-15 minute drive to Rawalpindi. Sun is making its way exactly like that around the earth, and we've got Chisoro coming on now. The power play, Pakistan 46 for 3. Tendai Chisoro, slow left arm.
He's got 4 wickets in the series, and he comes in and he's got a knack of picking up a wicket. He got Abid Ali with an extraordinary delivery the other day, with something like that, short and wide. But it's been a good series with the ball for Chisoro.
This is a very crucial spell now by Chisoro. Economy is okay in this series, but he's got to bowl an accurate spell here. He can't give it away, what the seamers have done.
Touched upon this earlier with Zimbabwe's bowling. They've got terrific new ball bowlers, but once it gets to the back end, it sort of falls away. So they're at their best if they get a lot of wickets up front, so that they can push the opposition back, and that back end goes on later. Lovely shot drawn.
PCB flying the flag for this international series. T20s, 3 T20s to follow, all of them here in Rawalpindi. 11 gone, 51 for 3. change of bowling now for Zimbabwe. We're going to see for the first time in this series Donald Tirapano taking the place of Carl Mumba. This is his 35th match. Economy's okay at below 6. 5 for 63, his best. (32 years of age), plays for the Mountaineers franchise. He's played 10 test matches, 16 wickets in tests, 31 wickets in ODIs, 252 wickets in 82 first-class matches, and his best is an 8 for 59 in first class. That's Donald Tirapano. Bowled him right through. Mohammad Rizwan, welcome to the series, Donald Tirapano.
The net backer. Tirapano getting the ball to just seam back in of quite a full length. And it's gone through a big gap between bat and pad. Hits the seam, decks back, maybe in an inside edge, hits the middle stump. Zimbabwe are talking. Tirapano gets Zimbabwe's 4th wicket. Pakistan now a 51 for 4.
FAKHAR Ahmed playing just his 7th ODI. Best of 32 not out. Seems to have been around for a long time, and yet this is just his 7th game. Interesting delivery, first ball to bowl it short at his pace, Tirapano. Not so sure where that came from. Maybe it was not meant to be that short, but give credit, this ball, it was in the right area, Buzzard.
And just darted back in. Poor shot though by Rizwan on the walk, inside edge onto the stumps, and couldn't believe it, but Tirapano, first over, delivers.
Just got to concentrate on that straighter line, Tirapano. Doesn't want to go wide, not to BABAR AZAM, and certainly not to FAKHAR, who thrives on width because he likes to use those arms. He'll swing it leg side, he'll hit it offside. 4 down, Pakistan. 4 for 53. At the same stage, Zimbabwe were 33 for 3. Just throwing his head away, just falling away with the delivery stride there. Got to hang in there. Hasn't played in the first 2, but what a welcome to the series. And a little extra pace to finish. Well bowled, Donald Tirapano. 53 for 4.
on his own, yeah, boys.
Chisoro, the left arm spinner. Might be two here, might be two. No, no. Babar Azam knows that he's got to bat the distance here. Kushdil Shah to come, and then it's Wahab Riaz. Zimbabwe have turned the screw here in this final game. A long road ahead for Pakistan to pull this one out of the bag. Tends the ball on the short side, doesn't he? Drops too many balls short.
Yes, he does, but at least he's outside off where all his protection is. But you think that Zimbabwe still need to be on the ball. Nicely bowled, throwing it up towards Babar. Maybe he does need to take the pace off slightly.
Wesley Madavere out there, he's going to be an important man for Chisoro, because he's got a great arm, he's an absolute greyhound in the field. But if Chisoro bowls short, which he does, that's a better line of length, that's better. You'd rather the batsman coming at you, coming to the ball, rather than rocking back, hitting it square. Single off the last ball of the over. 58 for 4. Tirapano. He's got to get closer, and he's got to be careful here. He's bowling with a lot of width here. He got the one that was straight that just nipped back and took the inside edge, and that's got to be his line. That's a bit short and wide.
Even if he does go wide, he needs to make sure that it's slightly fuller. Doesn't want to give away the cut shot. That's okay, that's better. But with Tirapano, he's trying to land it on the seam and get the ball to nip back in. So once he goes slightly fuller, he'll be in business with maybe the opportunity for an LBW, or like he knocked RIZWAN over.
Well, the captain has brought himself into slip now. Chamud Chababa standing quite wide, a sort of first and second slip, covering the ground for the two positions.
But you still feel that Zimbabwe cannot take the foot off the pedal. The intensity of the field has to be the same. They need to be able to drive this advantage home. They can't afford to let a partnership just meander on and build, because Pakistan have players in the likes of FAKHAR, Kushdil even, who can hurt them.
Well, I can see the thinking behind that, behind bowling a short, a quicker one, but the fact is he hasn't really probed enough for me with the straighter deliveries. It's been too wide of off stump anyway. I'd rather him find a good line and length and then drop the short, quicker one in. That's it, round about there.
at Zimbabwe at this stage, 47-3. Their recovery was remarkable, and you still feel that maybe underlies the ball, skips onto the bat quite nicely. So it's just a matter of building a partnership or two.
Overpitched and punished. Just a fraction too long from Tirapano, and BABAR is on it in a flash.
Such sweet connection. Hits the ball very late under his eyes, sees it early, hits it late, and gets it in the gap.
Such an ease and economy of movement for BABAR. That's a good follow-up. 7 from the over. We've had 14 here. Pakistan 65 for 4.
Chisora with the left arm angle. Two things that must be hurting Pakistan at this stage, or asking them to avoid. One is not thinking about a defeat, and also it's Zimbabwe. At the end of the day, they are 14th ranked side in ODI cricket. So this threat perception at the back of your mind that if you get it wrong, you may lose this, can derail your thinking. That's 4. That's such a good shot. Babar Azam is a class act under pressure and providing us with some great cricket.
Absolute class there. Pure timing, and he plays it so late under his eyes. Babar will probably be the difference between win and loss here for Pakistan.
Good thing about him is that he'll not spare the loose deliveries. He's quickly onto it. And that is such a good habit to have, where you're looking to defend and trying to protect your scalp. And certainly when the opportunity comes your way, you are there to take it. The switch on and switch off scenario is outstanding with Babar Azam. He's not completely switched off under pressure.
Come back.
FAKHAR will have to play an important role here with Babar if they are to win this match and get over the line.
He's got to curb his natural instinct, which is to hit the ball for a 6. Let's see whether he can do that. FAKHAR 72 for 4. Tripano. 2 overs for basically nothing. 1 for 9. What he's doing is just maintain a steady hand, look to attack the stumps and not look for heroics, not look for magical deliveries, which is the way to go, because Zimbabwe understand that Pakistanis are under the cosh. They're feeling the pressure, the heat.
Ramiz, coming back to your point where you mentioned that not winning or sort of staying away from losing would be playing on Pakistan's mind, but I think the mindset should be that winning should be given, especially when you're playing against a 14th ranked side and you want to go out there and dominate. Because if you are sort of fighting against the mindset where you're running away from sort of trying to not lose, you just add added pressure onto yourself.
That's gone fine for 4. That Zimbabwe cannot do. 4 runs actually, so had a bit of bat involved when he's gliding that one. No, absolutely right. They've got to shut out that thought process where they feel that they can lose this. But Zimbabwe need to enforce that mindset on them in a way that, look, we're just a strike away from derailing you. Pakistan have got to have a very neat, clear mind. Get the clutter out of the mind and make sure that you back yourself to win this.
Clearly, Zimbabwe has dented Pakistan's top order, and if today is the match to get it all right for them, they've set themselves up with a good total up front.
Nicely played into the gap. 2 is the call from FAKHAR. It's a good shot. Good balance at the crease and not trying to overhit the ball.
FAKHAR normally bats up the order in domestic cricket, so obviously in this Pakistan lineup finding himself a little bit in the later order, but a platform here to show his batting skills.
Into the gap and 4. Didn't time it properly, but good enough to find the fence. Good finish to the over. 10 runs from it. 82 for 4.
This guy drinks up his over. This place. Let's take one for drinks, boy. Go, lads.
Been a bit of a disaster for Pakistan. A run chase has become a little difficult. Required is 5.79. So should Zimbabwe get another man in the ring, stop them from taking those easy singles, force them to play an upper shot or take risk with their angle. See, that is very simple. Right now for Pakistan, they want this, just basic cricket in this little phase.
Yeah, Zimbabwe will have to make something happen. They don't want this pair to continue for too long. They will take the game away from them. Effortless when Babar plays, and FAKHAR also has plenty of experience. They don't need to do anything out of the box. They've got plenty of kites in today. Sikandar Raza is definitely enjoying some kite flying. Good job.
I think he's from Sialkot originally. So it's quite normal for a Sialkoti to fly a kite, but he can't say go and fly a kite. That'd be rude.
Takes one, yeah.
Unless you're his mum or dad. Otherwise, it is pretty rude.
Down, down, down. Yeah, boy. Good work, good work.
Chisoro's been good, picking up a couple of wickets in both games.
before it gets too late for Zimbabwe, they've got to alter the field. Get a man in, because a wicket at this stage really would help them. Got to break the rhythm of this partnership, and they're allowing easy singles, and that is helpful for this pair. Batting is about feeling good about rhythm, and I think Zimbabweans have allowed them that luxury. See another single, so 5 runs in the over, all of singles. 87 for the loss of 4. We'll have a little pause here. I think we have a drinks break. Yes, certainly we have.
Guys.
It appears to be a marriage hall, this. Nicely lit up. Let's just concentrate on cricket and not on matrimonial stuff. Yeah, the front line was uprooted by some superb seam bowling. Going across the line, that's been a problem with FAKHAR at times, and a big problem for HAIDER also. He's plumb in front, showing his bat initially to the umpire, then went for a DRS and everything turned down. Then a free shot, too loose against the moving ball. That is not what you want to do. RIZWAN castled. Making fist of things is Zimbabwe.
similar at this stage. The two worms, Pakistan obviously having lost the 3 quick ones up front and then one more. But this partnership steadily now, 36.
That's good batting, wristy stuff from Babar Azam. Such a cool player under pressure. Still remember his wonderful innings in the World Cup game against New Zealand. 101 not out, and he's a classical cover driver of the ball. Covers the stumps, and how well he covers that left arm angle as well. So pleasing on the eye, and puts the ball into the gaps across the fence with minimum of effort. Now that century of Babar Azam against New Zealand in the World Cup game, 238, Pakistan were chasing, and in a bit of a pickle. Oh, beautifully done. A lazy shot after the drinks break by FAKHAR. He can't believe it. All he has to do is to now walk back to the dugout. What a delivery, what a solid blow. So the partnership has been broken.
Thirupano gets his first game today, and has he impressed us all? Nip back in. And FAKHAR had no idea, cleaned him up. FAKHAR doesn't do much damage, only 18. Pakistan now 88 for 5.
In bit of a pickle, Pakistan. 88 for the loss of 5. Khushdil Shah is playing his first ODI. Renowned for hitting some big sixes, but here the scenario is completely different. He's got to dig in, help his skipper carve out a run chase, but what a carving delivery that turned out to be. Massive in-swinging angle and slant. And if FAKHAR too loose, wasn't expecting this. Cut him in half and bowled him all ends up. What a delivery. Pressure. Normally you deposit that over cover for 6, Khushdil Shah, but as I just mentioned, not yet off the mark in his first innings for Pakistan, and you can add tons of pressure because of the situation that Pakistan find themselves in. 5 down, 17.5 overs. That required rate is now almost 6. 191 still required.
Definitely putting the hard yards in Thirupano. He's just fallen over, but Ramiz, what a delivery that was. He's all right. 18 gone, Pakistan 88 for 5.
Johnny. Just for the left. Just for the left.
Well, almost everything now seems to rest on this pair partnership. Next in would be Wahab, Shaheen, the bowlers. He wants two. It'll only be one. So there are two scenarios now, Arush, for Pakistan. Allow Khushdil Shah to be himself. He's a six-hitter. Maybe a counter punch can help Pakistan relieve some of the pressure. Or Babar Azam to tee off and look for more strike hogging. Khushdil to be exposed, less strike early on in his innings. Let him grow into this run chase, and then you can fall back on his expertise, which is to hit the ball hard, or he can be himself. Just be explosive and expressive as he usually is in List A games.
Zimbabwe very keen to keep the pressure on. Sikandar Raza's bowling with slip. That's the proud moment for the young man. Khushdil Shah receives his ODI cap on his debut from the coach, Miss Balak. What a proud moment, and what an opportunity now for him to lead Pakistan to victory.
Off the mark. And that must be such a relief for him. What a game to be involved in on your debut, when the victory charge almost rests on your shoulder. As long as Babar is there, I'd be able to guide him, brief him. So it's not bad at all that the captain is out there. But it's a Herculean task, and Pakistan have themselves to be blamed. Erratic batting initially against the new ball, not respecting the conditions. And, well, they're 5 down as a result.
Khushdil does have plenty of domestic cricket experience, so Babar will have to play an important role here, constantly guiding him through.
One good way for Khushdil to look at this challenge is to just replicate what he achieved in the recent T20 tournament. In one of the knocks, his team Southern Punjab were 43 for the loss of 4. He teed off, got 100 of 35 balls and chased down a target of 217 after 1992 for 5.
Ramesh, coming back to the point you make, 100 of 35 at this ground. So he knows the conditions. He's played plenty of cricket here, especially during the national T20. He shouldn't really be rushed. Probably get himself in. Babar is scoring very nicely at the other end, because it is the last known batting pair we have.
Not needed. So there's this initial chance of cotton bowled, and to make matters worse, 4 runs have been leaked courtesy bat fielding at mid-on.
Yeah, Khushdil won't mind that. Chisoro there at... There we go, just not getting down in time. Zimbabwe don't want to leak any runs. They need to be tight in the field and keep the pressure on the Pakistani batsmen.
He's quite gifted as far as natural timing is concerned. He's had a wonderful list A career in terms of hitting the ball hard over the rope. Made his debut in 2016 and most sixes hit in list A cricket. 84 sixes, that's why he's in the team. List A cricket, by the way, is 50 overs cricket.
There's his list A career. 1150s in the 800s. Good healthy average as well.
Something for other batsmen to look at. Take a leaf out of Babar Azam's defensive book play. He doesn't go across the line, so he holds that wonderful position and doesn't break his wrists as well, because on such pitches, you're quite liable to do that. You develop this tendency to draw that ball from off to leg because the conditions do not challenge you. But this is perfect batting from Babar. Head down, playing it with a straight bat. There, once again. Got to be aware of his straight drive. Tripano is down for the count once again. I don't know how he'll be able to redeem himself if the ball is hit straight back at him with power. And he's a beautiful straight driver, cover driver of the ball. We may as well call him Tripano instead of Tiripano. Tripping all the time. What are you doing?
You can probably mention that to him at the end of the match. 20 gone, Pakistan 98 for 5.
Left one, guys.
Even though Pakistan are slightly ahead in terms of runs scored, but this is a run chase situation, so it has its own effect on you.
Good skill, boy. Sign it, sign it.
A lot of activity at the first class level, Aruj. So, could you read that for me? I don't have my glasses. Excuse me.
Southern Punjab winning by 4 wickets, while the Sindh and KP match was drawn. Nicely played. Will only fetch him the single, but yes, plenty of quality first-class cricket going on. And the Northern winning against Central Punjab by 9 wickets.
Good thing is that we're seeing a lot of games decided. Very few draw matches.
You see? Were you gonna swing?
And what is more pleasing is that now first-class cricket can be watched on television. Mid-off is in, so trying to stop him from stealing a run through that area. And so that probably may have prompted a different angle from Babar Azam. We were talking about that earlier also. Just squeeze the singles. Don't allow them an easy movement between the wickets and see whether you can create a bit of pressure That one skidded off the surface.
Oh, mate. Like it, Saki. Good job, boy.
Like we've been saying, it'll have to be something special from Zimbabwe here. Change up things a little bit. Sikandar Raza to begin with had the slip in for the left-hander as Pakistan bring up their 100,
Back in you, buddy.
requiring
Come on, mate.
179.
Cock, you guys are too close to each other there. Hey, down. Nice. Yes, boy.
All they need to be at this stage, Zimbabwe, is to be a little frugal and
Take one
bowl
more, yes.
within themselves, not look for wickets, etc. The required rate has jumped over 6.
Yes, boy.
Bank on your defensive skills. That is what is needed in this little phase here. 100 for 5.
Well, it really is poised on a knife edge, this match. Wesley Madavere, future for Zimbabwe cricket. How well Zimbabwe have competed. They know that the kingpin here is the Pakistan captain. What a nice take, isn't it? How well he's done that. He's an athlete. He's a natural. Look at this. Fantastic. Just little nuances here and there, Tino, that are so good.
Prides himself in the field, Wesley Madevere. I think you may have noticed over the last couple of one-day games, if he has a misfield or he dives and the ball goes past him, gets very, very annoyed. As you say, he's an athlete. And we've seen just how good he is with the bat. Very young in his career. Saw that graphic where he was among some cricketing greats from Zimbabwe early on in his career. Quick single. Does okay with the ball. And of course, we've seen his exploits in the field as well. So good all-round cricketer. Young, really does have a bright future ahead of him.
At which stage do you reckon, Tino, will Sean Williams be introduced into this attack? They've used 5 bowlers so far. I mean, his record is pretty impressive. The last 2 years, by numbers, he's the Zimbabwe's second best. Behind Carl Jarvis, the quickie.
Good question, Wilco. Tirapano now 2 balls short of the end of his 6th over. And I think that we may see the introduction of Sean Williams after him. We've talked about how Chamuchibaba is spoilt for choice in terms of the spin department. We saw Wesley Madevere doing a good job in the first ODI. Sikandar Raza has been good with the ball all throughout. There's Sean Williams, Tendai Chisoro.
I think that was okay. It was a full toss and it went past, probably knee height. Of course, it was above the waist. It would have been a no ball. This is okay. Yeah, it's just dipping, isn't it, below the knee. Get those eyes sorted, Kushtil. End of the over, 103 for 5. 278 for 6, Zimbabwe. They were 22 for 3 on the rack. And now they've got Pakistan 103 for 5.
Good skill.
Another little leg spinner from Sikandar Raza. One that he just slips in there every now and then. I haven't actually seen one turn.
Two more dots to serve, Saki.
Oh, well fielded by Chamuchibaba. And they thought about the single. Kushdul made some advances down the surface. Good work to his left by Chamuchibaba. Got it out in the hands quickly. Well bowled by Sikandar Raza. Just a little bit of air. Trying to entice the batsman.
And that rate just creeps up, doesn't it? Every now and again. It's just a single, lack of a boundary, and that rate keeps just increasing. 21 deliveries since we've had a boundary. So Zimbabwe's bowlers, the slower bowlers, well, Tirapano, he's medium pace, but Raza. Just giving the ball a little bit of air. Will there be 2? Not to him. He's so quick across the turf. 3 gone. 3 from the over, rather. 23 gone. It's 106 for 5.
That's up. Right here on strike, eh?
Left him down. Right, sir.
Sean Williams has to come into the attack now. Over 70 wickets in one-day internationals. His best came last year, 4 for 43 against the Netherlands at Deventer in the Netherlands. But despite 4 for 43, the Netherlands won that match. Little bit of turn, but a bit on the short side from Williams. Of course, he's the Centurion hero, 118 not out. Craig Irvin is that man in that short mid-wicket position. Crucial position here. 3 men back on that leg side as well. Long on, deep mid-wicket and a deep backward square. Rate just a fraction below 6.5 and over. It started at 4.5.
This is the man that Zimbabwe will want to see the back of. 47 not out, 59 balls. Babar AZAM, the captain. Another of the better fielders in the Zimbabwean side. 24 gone, 108 for 5.
Those of you watching Sikandar Raza will know that his action has changed. He looks as if he's watched a couple of videos of Sunil Narain and said, well, I'll bowl like that. You can see on the left, out of the back of the hand. This is really good stuff our Hawkeye boys have put together. There we are, on the left, it's the ball that comes out of the back of the hand, and on the right is the orthodox off spinner. Great control that with the wrist and the fingers. And you need control as well, because with this action, holding the arm back there. I think that's gone through just short and wide, and that was a gift from Raza. Doesn't want to bowl too many of those, and that just lifts the pressure. It's almost 4 overs had gone by without a boundary, and one bad ball undoes that hard work.
Yeah, he's gone for the quicker one. Just a little bit of width. Nicely played. Just got to keep going. Building those dots, building that pressure. They have not looked like they're trying to get after them, the Pakistan batsmen. So you don't have that pressure of the batsman trying to get after you.
That's better, isn't it? Sunil Narain and Sikandar Raza were teammates in the Trimbago Knight Riders, who won the Caribbean Premier League this year. Again, another tournament played under biosecure protocols, and that's a no ball. I think that's an overstep from the third umpire, so this is a free hit. Sikandar wants to see where his foot was. Ooh, Sikandar, that's a heinous crime. A fella of about 5'8", spinner, going over the crease by that much.
Can't change it.
And the danger here is that it is an extra ball. It's a free hit, so Kushtil might just climb in here. Yeah, can't be out, but there you go, straight to Ngarava. Got away with that.
He has indeed. Awkward delivery, actually. He's waited, Kushtil, but still wasn't able to get enough on it to clear the boundary. Blessing Zarabani coming into a middle position from long off.
End of the over, and even with the no ball and the free hit, got away with that. 7 from it, 25 gone, 115 for 5. Pakistan 115 for 5. At the same stage, after 25 overs, Zimbabwe were 106 for 3. Fourth wicket partnership was building up nice momentum. Here's Sean Williams.
Yeah, beautiful, mate. Lovely shotty.
Just in such control, isn't Babar AZAM? Such a pleasure to watch.
Well bowled, Sean Williams. You know, it's a fraction of a second, but he saw how Kushtil came down the pitch to him, just dragged it down a little bit, bowled it a bit quicker. Lofted. There should be a long on. Oh dear. Tendai Chisoro, you not the quickest in the field. I know it was hit well, but you've got to give everything for this cause.
I thought he would get there, Tendai Chisoro. And I think he's hit that straight enough, and maybe if he had dived facing the ball with his hands out, he might have had a better opportunity. Just releases that pressure that you're talking about, Wilco.
The other thing is you really do need your best fielders in your hot spots, and we've got a left arm spinner to a left hand bat. Long on's a hot spot. In my book it is. Half century for the Pakistan captain Babar Azam. That's his 17th 50 in one-day internationals, and he's also got 11 centuries on that CV. Oh, just the one, but single off the last ball of the 26th. 1, 2, 3 for 5. Tiripano with a couple of strikes hitting the stumps. Rizwan and FAKHAR. Good opening spell from Ngarava. Zimbabwe have just got to take control here, concentrate. Don't lose concentration. That required rate is up at 6.5. It was started around about 5, just over 5. Babar Azam's playing a very measured innings here, just marshalling the bowling. 50 from 64 for the captain.
What? Got this guy, boy.
Marginally short, but he gets into position so quickly. How about hitting that? If they hit that, they hit the jackpot of $200 if they hit the Jomo board. Just dropped a little short of a length here, Sikandar Raza. Or if you really want to increase the stakes, then hit the service tyre board. Chance to win a cash award of $500. Actually watching Sikandar, you're not quite sure what's coming, do you? I mean, it's a box of all sorts. You know, there's anything coming.
Which is fine.
Is it?
Short. That'll be just the one. Tendai Chisoro collects backward of square on the leg side. 27 gone. 127 for 5.
Time, boys, eh? Dig in, yeah.
Sean Williams. Spin from both ends. Ras has bowled 5 overs of his Sunil Narayan copycat stuff for 20. Williams now 3rd over. Picking off singles easily here. It's getting almost like a runner ball.
Just wondering, is it time that Shamuchi Baba brings back one of his seamers?
Oh, yes.
Zarabani's got 1 for 12 from his 5. Ngarawa's 2 for 33 from his 5. Siripano, of course, who's just been operating, has bowled a 6. You can definitely look to one of those two seamers, in my opinion, and Zarabani, to try and break this partnership now before it gets going for a little too long.
Madhaveri has not had a bowl, the off spinner, the young off spinner. 148 required in 133 balls. Lots of deliveries remaining for Pakistan, but of course one wicket changes this. The wicket of BABAR, of course. Short, just short, enough to pull. Can't drop it short to this man. 28 gone, 135 for 5. It's just fractionally short, but it's punished.
Happen quick, boys. Gotta stick in, eh? Look. Couple steps. Sorry.
Quiet rate still very manageable, just 6.55, and you think that Zimbabwe need a wicket quickly. The way this partnership has developed, it's been all on cruise control really. Haven't taken any risks, being able to milk the bowling, and that's all you need right now.
Watch it.
Although 5 wickets down, they still need a couple more. Pushtil or BABAR, they'll take any but BABAR, the danger man.
Pushtil has come in and played a very comfortable innings. Got 26 now. Yeah, BABAR and Pushtil very comfortable with the way things are going. Very happy picking up the singles and twos whenever they're on offer. The partnership now 50. Coming off 68. Pakistan require another 141 runs to win.
Oh. Very good. Good spin.
Spinners haven't been able to get a wicket yet. Beautifully placed through the offside. Oh, full length dive, but not enough. BABAR's timing just too good.
Well, Wesley Madhaveri there at the boundary, putting in a very good dive. Got a hand to it, did well. But unfortunately, the ball rolled into the fence.
Always.
Madhaveri on the fence, but BABAR isn't being able to get the gaps. Well, 7 of the 29th, it's 142 for 5. Oh, the drone's there. Not close enough. We just discussed this before as well, but the problem that Zimbabwe have is the back end of the innings. And at the moment, it looks as if Pakistan are just cruising. Short pulled away over square leg, and this will run away for another boundary.
Dropped it short there, Williams. Easy pickings for Khushdil. Up and over the man in the inner ring. Can't bowl there.
Something special, boys.
Zimbabwe will have to cut off these loose deliveries.
Left arm spin, he's fancying it at the moment, Khushdil. Just a single, but the ball turning back into him. He's very strong on the leg side anyway.
Stand it.
What, 32 or 43, Babar just easing into the inning, 63 not out.
Down, Craig.
Hands him around. Still no luck in terms of a wicket for the Zimbabwean spinners. Cut away, nicely timed. He'll get another couple of runs. So right now, runs are flowing.
Zimbabwe will look at this partnership because after this, they have Wahab, Pakistan does. He does have a 50 against Zimbabwe, but then the 3 quicks. So it's an important breakthrough that Zimbabwe will want here. At the end of 30, Pakistan 149 for 5.
Helmets are back on, and well, as Zimbabwe needed a wicket, they got Mosravani back into the attack, and they need a wicket quickly because the way that Khushdil and Babar have built up this innings and the way that they've batted against spin, everything has looked quite easy. This man bowled well with the new ball. Just moments in the game where you need to pick out, and right now, well, it's a good thing that fast ball has been brought back because the game is just easing towards Pakistan.
The 2 quicks for Zimbabwe bowled particularly well up front, wreaking havoc, picking up those 3 early wickets and setting panic into the Pakistan ranks. He has picked up the 1 wicket.
You just feel if Pakistan bat through the overs, if they bat till the 50th over, they've got this game in the bag. The only way that Zimbabwe are winning this is if they bowl Pakistan out. And so Mosravani has to strike. They need a wicket here. They need 2 wickets ideally so that they're into the tail. They can't just let Khushdil and Babar cruise towards that back end.
Khushtil definitely has the form from the T20 tournament.
Come on, boys. Push now.
And he's obviously playing really well with the skipper. Well, we know Wahab can pack a punch. Not sure about Shaheen, Musa and then Hasnain. So obviously this pair will want to finish the game off as Pakistan bring up the 150 for them.
It's been pointed out that Khushtil has a preference towards spin in the National T20 Cup. He's going at 195 strike rate as compared to, well, 170 against seam, but different preference towards spin, and he's did a lot of spin in this innings as well. With the left-hander on strike and the ball may be angling away from Khushtil. The opportunity now to just maybe get a gully in. I wouldn't say slip, but a gully in, because Khushtil just flash outside the off-stump, prefers the leg side always. Just play in his mind. Just, after all, it is his debut, although he's looking very accomplished. Like that, seam away, and there you go. The plan works, the ball seaming away from Khushtil. He nicks it behind the wicket that Zimbabwe won, and the man who delivers is Muzrabani.
What a ripper of a delivery from Muzrabani to break this partnership. Angled away from the left-hander. Peach of a delivery to get rid of Khushtil. 33 for Khushtil on debut. At the end of 31, Pakistan 151 for 6.
Partnership broken. Wahab Riaz walks to the crease. Has a job to do. Short and pulled away. Babar Azam just carries on merrily.
The Pakistan skipper not shaken up by activities at the other end. Too short, rocks back, picks it up and dispatches it.
Just takes one, cocky. Come on, man.
Need of the hour just to keep that pressure on. Babar reading the game, and he'll not miss out if you bowl him a poor delivery anyway, but boundary. He just misses that jackpot. Needs to place it better.
Nice. Here we go now.
Babar is on strike now, and Zimbabwe will be thinking that if they get another wicket, they'd be in the tail. That one, jackpot, just missing the sign, but I've been told that it has to hit it directly, not on the floor. It can't roll towards that jackpot.
Well, in terms of batting, This might be Wahab's favorite opposition. He has scored a 50 against him in the World Cup. Oh. Almost had him there, squared him up. That delivery caused Khushdil to walk back. Played away from his body.
And suddenly the ball starts turning. We haven't seen it turn for a good 12 overs or so, and Williams gets this one to dip and turn, and it's a minefield out there. But what he'll want is another wicket to make it more of a minefield.
Yes, champs.
Cut straight to the man. 156 for 6.
Over one ball. No, it's not.
Just down the leg side. A perfect delivery to a left-hander. And he's set up for the ball seaming into the right-hander and away from the left-hander. And with Khushdil, he prefers the leg side, so he's set up in a position to be able to hit it on the leg side. This is probably the perfect delivery to him. That's good stuff. Just make sure that he finishes within the stumps when he's bowling to the right-hander. He's got the angle coming back in, but has to start it outside the off stump in order to challenge the stumps.
He'll have to be careful not to give away any extra runs here. There's suddenly a spring in the step of the Zimbabwean fielders. They'll feel like they're in with a right chance here.
Down the leg side, clipped away. Babar Azam gets one to the fence yet again.
Not the lines to bowl, especially to the form that Babar Azam is in. All he had to do was to get bat on that. Zimbabwe don't want to leak away too many runs here. 75 now. 10 boundaries to his name.
So after dismissing Khushdil, they've leaked a couple of boundaries, have Zimbabwe, and it's just the moments where you don't want to leak boundaries. You apply more pressure once you've gotten in. Babar Azam also maybe recognizing that and trying to look for the boundaries. So Qaid-e-Azam Trophy in Karachi, round 2 is done, and Southern Punjab leading 50 points for them. They've got a few bonus points and won both games. Sindh number 2, Central Punjab struggling with just 6, but that all can change. It's a long season in Karachi. Lots of cricket, lots of ground being used there as well. PSL goes to Karachi too, National Stadium, getting plenty of cricket this season.
The required run rate creeping up ever so slight, up to 6.8 now. Babar will be wary of that fact. Obviously, he's got Wahab at the other end, and not too much after that to come in terms of the 3 quick paces. Exactly what Wahab needs to do. Keep on chipping away. Not what Zimbabwe need. They have to be tighter in the field. Can't keep giving away those loose runs. Pakistan 164 for 6.
They need to up the ante, needs to attention to detail, can't be sloppy, especially when you're in with a huge chance. These chances don't come often for Zimbabwe, and have to make it count. $115 doesn't sound too bad of 102 deliveries, but Pakistan lost 6. And after this, we're definitely into the tail. Changing bowling, Chisoro left arm spin.
Okay, here we go now. Here we go.
Chisoro has changed ends and needs to be slightly more consistent with his length. Slightly better, he could still venture further full. Ravani worked over or got the length right for Khushtil, just angling across, making sure that the ball with his natural angle finishes outside off stump. And he attacked Khushtil just outside off.
Yeah, very nicely angled in until he produced that to pick up the wicket. Had Khushtil leading into all of those deliveries, he angled the perfect one across. Exactly what is needed right now from Wahab. Rotate the strike, get Babar back on. 1 to go in this over. Chisoro wicketless up till now.
Here we go, T. Stay in it, buddy. Stay in it,
5
boy.
off that Chisoro over. It's 169 for 6.
Yeah, brother. T. Run out of time, boys.
Big appeal. Is that struck outside the line? Yeah, definite review. Big player, have to go for review.
Third umpire to director. We have a review for LBW. Original decision is not out. It's a fair delivery. Front on spin vision, please. Roll back, roll forward, look like no bat involved. To confirm ultra edge, please. Yes, rock and roll for me, please. Guys, just waiting for ultra edge. It's just building up. Still stand by for ultra edge. Here come ultra edge. Keep rolling, roll forward, roll through to the pads. Yes, satisfied. No bat involved. There is a gap between ball and bat when ball is next to the bat. Ball tracking, please. Original decision not out. Pitching outside off. Impact outside. Can you go back on field, please? Rashid, stay with your original decision. I'll let you know when you're on screen. You're on screen now.
A terrific decision from Rashid Riaz. Impact was definitely outside. But very confident in saying it was not out. But you can understand why Zimbabwe wanted a review. They understand the importance of BABAR AZAM. If they can get him, it might as well be game, set and match. But you won't get him with full tosses. Missed out. That's his favorite area of scoring.
Lucky the man at cover got a hand to that, otherwise that would have also rocketed into the fence. The skipper doing a good job.
And with Zimbabwe losing 10 on the trot ODIs, actually finishing or overcoming that last hurdle becomes a huge problem. They haven't been able to do that for so long.
It's a point that the captain mentioned, Brendan Taylor's mentioned it, is the belief of getting over the line, getting close and not turning those into victories. So it's another opportunity for them to see whether they can get over here.
And you look at the other side of the coin, Zimbabwe have lost 10 on the trot, Pakistan have won 8 on the trot. So Pakistan still will have that belief of winning from anywhere, whereas Zimbabwe will be having those doubts. Short, poor delivery, and Wahab takes it to the fence. Bat ball to end the 35th. It's 174 for 6. And it'll be drinks.
It's a lovely city. That's the Metro Bridge. A lot of traffic, people going back home after office work. That's a busy road. That's just outside the cricket stadium, this part of Rawalpindi, this road. Well, what a fascinating game we've got on our hands. Pakistan being challenged in this last ODI. Beautiful delivery to get rid of Imam. And then playing across the line was FAKHAR. Went early in the piece. And the fun continued for Zimbabwe. Haider Ali there playing across the line and paying the price for it. RIZWAN with a big expansive drive to a moving ball. Not a good idea. And then it's FAKHAR surprised by that in-drift. Lovely piece of bowling that. Last man dismissed. Khushdil chasing that slant from the bowler, caught behind on debut. Showed a fair bit of skills and temperament. So 1 of 5 required in 90 balls. This is still a doable job by Pakistan, provided their skipper remains intact for the rest of the innings. He's on 80 from 89.
Yeah, he's been exemplary once again. Has BABAR AZAM, the skipper.
Okay, now we go. Come on.
And as you say, quite rightly so, as long as he's out there, Pakistan are still in the game. So many times he's found himself in this situation, having to pull rank with the lower order, keep things together. Thought about the quick single. Not a good idea to Sean Williams. Good decision deciding to go against it. Opportunity here in particular for Chisoro. Just get through those overs quickly when bowling to Wahab. Oh, outside edge. Deflected off the edge and is going to run down to third man. It's going to be 4. I think difficult opportunity for Brendan Taylor. The deflection was quite a big one.
Yeah, it was a hard edge together. Went hard after that length. Would have been a magic take by the keeper. He had no chance in the end. And Wahab is a one-dimensional striker. He is going to try to take the bowler downtown. Well, see a bit of subtlety on that occasion. Partnership now worth 30 of 30 balls. So the pace is nice and up. Pakistan are not lagging behind in terms of scoring rate, but it's just that they've lost 6 wickets. One, 8-2 for 6.
Same thing you said to me, have a word with you.
Here we go, boys. Come on.
Johnny!
Hey.
Hey, Bara behind.
Big job there, TC.
Single to Wahab. I'd like to know your views, Tino, of the options available to Zimbabwean skipper. Got a strike when the iron is hot, they say, so Tripano wouldn't be a bad idea. 2 for 29, because they need to get rid of this either Babar or Wahab at this stage. Wickets will matter right till the end, so might use your best option right now before it's too late.
That's a fair point. I think Tiripano's gone through 6 overs now. Thinking to himself, maybe I might just have to save him for a little bit later. Garava has been expensive towards the latter part of the innings in the first couple of games. But at the same time, I'm in total agreement with you. If you get one of these two out now, then you're in with a big shout.
Because Babar will be quite happy just milking the singles and taking this as close to the target as possible, this partnership. He can bat, Wahab, but can he handle the pressure of a run chase?
I think Chamuchi Baba is also thinking, Ramiz, to himself, if I can get through a quick 4 or 5 overs of spin here with a minimum number of runs scored, that rate is going up, and then maybe when the rate's gone up a little bit, I can give it to one of my seamers, try and get another wicket if they try and get after them.
Nicely played. Just 2 from the over, 184 for 6.
No, lads, here we go.
No, it's okay. Helmet.
.184 for the loss of 6. Babar Azam once again playing a lovely hand. 82 is of 91. A little unfair also to put him under so much of stress every time he walks out there to bat for Pakistan. And he does it almost every time. He's a player for special situations. Not only can he bat well on a feather bed, but when the situation demands, he can be crafty and resourceful. Right. Tripano is in. Let's see whether he can do a bit of damage in his last 4 overs. He's currently 2 for 29. The thing is that he's so accurate, and on a varying pitch, we've seen the ball to keep low at times. That is such a good line of attack.
I guess what Donald Tiripano has exhibited today is what we've been talking about in terms of the Zimbabwean seamers not quite being as consistent as they can be when bowling. We had a discussion early this morning, which I'll allude to in a moment.
Ah, lovely, delightful, gorgeous through mid-wicket. Full pitch delivery and put away in a classic style.
Yeah, you can't bowl there to a batsman of Baba's class. Men up in the field, he will thread it through at ease. We're having a discussion early this morning with Wilco, and he was just talking about the pace that the Pakistan bowlers have, and I said, of course, the Zimbabweans don't have that naturally, but what you can do is control the areas in which you bowl, and they haven't done that as well as they could have in the first couple of games. Donald Tiripano today has come and he's exhibited that, and the couple of wickets that he's got, one probably just kept a little bit low to Rizwan, one just came off good length, nipped back in, hit the top of the stumps. And once that ball's not in that area, if that happens, you don't have the opportunity to get the wicket.
Medium pacers pose a different kind of threat to a batsman. Fast bowlers with their pace can rattle you, unsettle you. Medium pacers are so accurate that you've got to be technically correct all the time to weather the storm. You see, he's deadly accurate. So if your footwork is not great, then you can be caught napping and can get out.
I think Brendan Taylor's agreeing with you there. He's thinking if you miss that, Wahab, you're in trouble.
Babar Azam has read this pitch beautifully. What he has done is look to play as straight as possible And this is not what you want to do. Just break your wrist to play the ball away towards mid-wicket. Quick single. Babar is in, so is Wahab. If you look at the majority mode of dismissals, Pakistanis have been quite happy to play against the line of the ball, across the line and break their wrist and get out either ball or leg before. Whilst if you look at Babar Azam, he's so neat and clean, looking to target the mid-on and mid-off region consistently, and he's blocked with a straight bat as well. He's not quick enough really to be bowling that. Maybe not properly warmed up for his last burst, Tripano. That was a half-trekker put away. Into the 90s now, Babar. 194 for 6.
Run out time, run out time.
194 for the loss of 6. 85 runs away from winning it 3-0. Last thing Pakistan need at this stage is for confusion between the two batsmen in terms of running between the wickets, and you tend to get that with the tail ender, so Babar has got to call on Wahab's behalf at times, I guess. Big heave, that clears the fence. A gallant shot, a brave shot. He had to take on that fielder at mid-wicket. He did.
Brings up the 200 for Pakistan. That slog sweep from Wahab Riaz. First 6 of the innings. And takes the score to 200 for 6 now. Still 79 required from 70 balls. Sikandar Raza really tossing that ball up, trying to buy a wicket here. Almost worked on that last delivery. Gave it so much air, it forced him to play that slog sweep.
That was a calculated risk that he took. Hit it with the spin. 23 of 29, maintaining good pace with his partner. Is that out? Not out is the call. They have a review. Depends whether they're going to go for it. Chamu Chababa goes for it with 6 seconds left.
Third umpire to director. We have a review for LBW. Original decision is not out. It's a fair delivery, front on spin vision, please. Yeah, roll back. Ball is close to the bat. Can I have ultra edge, please? Building ultra edge, stand by. Still waiting for ultra edge. Stand by, stand by. Just building ultra edge. Still stand by. Still waiting for ultra edge. Here come ultra edge. Roll forward, forward, forward. Roll back, 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 back. 1 frame back. There is a roll back, 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 back. Yes. Yeah, there is a spike when ball is next to the bat. I'm satisfied. Can you go back on field? There is a spike when ball is next to the bat. So stay with your original not out decision. You are on screen now. Thank you.
Yeah, there's a doubt whether that ball was hitting the bat at all, or was it just the pad, and so it was read as ball hitting the inside edge of the blade, and so the case was dismissed by the third umpire in favor of Wahab Riaz. $200 for 6.
Left them over.
Babar Azam has produced quite a few partnerships for his side, has featured prominently in almost all the partnerships except the first one. Has shown good resolve, is temperamentally strong, and he's got the technique to pull it off as well under trying circumstances. He backs his technique, puts away the loose deliveries. That's the other thing that he's done so well, because I mentioned it earlier, he's not completely switched off. 50 partnership is raised because he's still looking for runs even when he's under pressure. That's why he played that great innings against New Zealand in that World Cup game where he got 100 on a dodgy pitch against a very fine bowling. He got a great 100, and to date he rates it as his best one-day international innings. Strong shot from Wahab, and it tends to happen when the senior player batsman is playing well. You get confidence from looking at him, so that is exactly what has happened with Wahab's batting. Looking a lot more assured now. Wahab, 24 he is of 32.
Most centuries for Pakistan in one-day internationals. Come back to that. Looking for 2, Babar Azam. And he's got the opportunity. Now that's poor from Tendai Chisoro. He's done this a couple of times in the field today, from early on. Ramiz, he's got no pressure whatsoever. It's just a dab off the face of the bat, and it's a case really of just picking up and getting the ball in as quickly as possible. But credit to Babar Azam. He called, looking for 2. He was quick, and he put the pressure on the fielder.
Nice clip off the pads. It's got called good match awareness, situation awareness. So you pinpoint certain fielders in the field where that you can dominate. Babar Azam, 1100s in 75. So it took me ages, you know, as you find out from my record, to get to 9. Whereas look at what Babar has done in his 75 games. Fabulous record. This time, a lot better and tidier was Chisoro.
Looking for two again, Babar Azam, and he comes back. This is really, really good running from Babar Azam. Gets another couple off the last ball of the over, 8 from it. A good one for Pakistan, 208 for 6.
Pakistan still not yet out of the woods in a way. 71 of 60 balls. Zimbabwe just a strike away from making it interesting for themselves. Partnership 57 now, 58. Strike away from 100. Babar on 97. We are into the P3. And not a lot of difference in P2 performance.
Yes, nice boy.
Neck and neck, Pak and Zimbabwe. Asking him to drive against the spin, so that's a good line from Sikandar. Ball can sneak through from that angle. So he's got to make sure that he covers that line of attack. He's become a superb batsman, Babar Azam.
That's nicely bowled by Sikandar Raza. This is what you were talking about, his career. Absolutely fantastic numbers. 3,500 runs, 77 matches, and a shade below 57, that average, and then 17 50s and 1100s. Wonderful conversion rate. Looking for two. Not to Wesley Madevere. So just the one ball remains in the 41st over. It's been a good one from Sikandar Raza. He'll want to make sure that he closes this off well. Just the 2 runs off it.
He's had a good game. Has bowled well and batted extremely well in the death part of the innings. Got 45 in no time. Right, a flighted ball outside the off stump to curl back and hit the stumps. Oh, almost got the caught behind result. Very close to the outside edge. Wonderful figures for him. He ends his stint of 10, none for 42, 210 for 6.
It's the line that you've been talking about. Really well bowled. He's looking to just guide it past that man backward of point. So easily could have just got the edge of the bat into the gloves of Brendan Taylor. Sean Williams back into the attack. 0 for 30 from his 5. Chamal Chababa will be hoping that these next couple of overs he can whittle one of these 2 batsmen out.
On strike it is Babar Azam on 98. Williams has bowled 5 overs. Need a strike at this stage, Zimbabwe. On 99.
talking about needing a strike at the moment, Zimbabwe. Zarabani 3 to go. Tiripano 3 to go. I would really take a gamble and give them an over each now. You can get a new man in now. There's a little bit of extra pressure. Spinners at the moment, not that threatening. Wahab looking comfortable. And the strike is being rotated with ease. Got to try and get a wicket now. Use up 2 of those 6 overs.
Yes, Richie. Good judge. Yes, sir.
Few dots will work perfectly against Wahab.
Swap, sorry.
Because we know how the tailenders generally feel. They want to get on with it.
Watch me, T.
68 in 52 balls. It's good bowling. The arm delivery, not spinning it across.
Every ball, buddy. Every ball, Rich.
Got to get a reaction now from Wahab. Two dots. He has played. There's another defensive shot. Required rate has jumped to over 8 now. Watch out for a big heave here. No, well done. Playing like a batsman, more importantly, thinking like a batsman.
Yeah, Wahab Riaz, sensible. Sean Williams just giving him a couple of teasers above the eye line. But he's standing firm in the air and just wide of Chisoro. That cover on the circle. He'll take a single at the end of the over. 2 from it. A very good one for Zimbabwe. 212 for 6.
Once, maybe a mid-wicket for just for Wahab.
So 212 for 6. And 99. Babar Azam, but it's Wahab who stole the bowling. Took a single off the last ball of that 42nd over. He's playing a hand here, Wahab. He's 27 off 40. Chisoro tends to bowl too short. You've got to ask questions. Oh, Wesley Madhaveri doesn't make too many mistakes, but he redeemed himself there.
Made great ground, slid across, the ball almost slid to the boundary. But he's been good boundary riding.
It was only a matter of time before Wahab Riaz had a big swing. And that's exactly what he's done. That'll just lift a bit of pressure, release a bit of pressure.
Strong boy, strong hit. Car corner, 90 meters, disappeared.
Where's got to go now?
He does get runs, crucial runs in the low order.
Oh, we know what Wahab Riaz can do. Remember the World Cup last year, the 6 he hit against Rashid Khan, the Afghanistan match. Oh dear, Chisoro just pulls it down. They're going to go for 2. No, they're not. Needed a clean pickup from Craig Irvin. They got it. It's still 7.7 and over, but that 6 just changes. It was over 8. And Babar Azam on 99.
Great,
100 for Babar Azam, Pakistan's ODI captain. His 12th one-day international century. How well he's played.
Yeah, first as captain, that does help. But he's looked good from the moment he's come out to bat. He always looks good. But it's been under control and he seems very calm. The celebration wasn't over the top, very subdued, because he knows that he's just going to bat through.
Stay in it, boys. Come on.
But it's been an innings of class and authority. But also there's been a lot of calmness throughout that innings. Very self-assured.
Yes, certainly has been. And don't underestimate the role played here by Wahab. Short again by Chisoro. Wesley Mandaveri. I beg your pardon, it's not Mandaveri. Mandaveri's out on the fence. That's Tirapano, who played his part, started with a couple of wickets. Tirapano misses the dive. Oh, Wesley Maravere. Oh, I think he might have just hurt himself this time. He's diving around out there. He's so fast. I hope he's okay. He's just gone down in a bit of discomfort here.
Yeah, so quick in the outfield, full length drive, and he just maybe rolled over the ball and ball being trapped under his knee. But he does well. He's done extremely well at the fences. 225 for 6.
Century for the captain. When wickets were going at the other end, and Wahab Riaz now with this 37. This partnership is 74.
Push hard, boys.
74 now the partnership, and it's come at just about a run a ball. 74 from 73. Here's Sean Williams. Just give you an idea of the centurions in world cricket, the most hundreds in ODI since Babar Azam made his debut. Rohit Sharma, 22, Virat Kohli with 21, David Warner with 14, Babar Azam's now got 12 with Joe Root 12. 2015 debut for Babar Azam. Now today his 12th century in one-day cricket. 52 required off 40 balls. Zimbabwe have still got to believe. They still got to press for the wicket. Maybe get...
Catch!
Babar Azam can only watch his partner hole out. Oh, he should have gone. Sikandar Raza. You saw Wahab Riaz. That's a gift to Sikandar Raza. He had to take it. You've got to take those chances.
Surely you've got to catch that. I think he's dropped the game right there. Huge moment.
I was watching Babar Azam non-striker.
Catch!
Okay, is this a chance? No, it's not. You literally saw Babar Azam turning round and he stopped walking because he thought, has the game gone right here? Sikandar Raza.
It's almost in between. It's a crocodile style that he's actually went with. He misjudged it. He was in between the Australian style and conventional style, and he's ended up with neither.
Yeah, he got into a tangle, didn't he? The hands were in. They didn't look a comfortable position. You're right, it was the old crocodile, and that's so uncharacteristic, so untypical of Raza. Such a good fielder, such a good cricketer. Oh dear, for Zimbabwe. 49 in 37 required. More orthodox from Babar Azam, who gets a bit frustrated. He thinks he should have done more with that. 230 for 6. Six overs to go here in Rawalpindi. Terrific numbers there for Muzarabani. 2 for 22 off his 7. And Garava's bowled well. 2 for 41 from 6. 2 for 39 to Rapano. Raz has finished his 10 overs. No bowl today for Wesley Madivere. But it's going to be Muzarabani now. Can he add to his 2 wickets?
Ready?
He's looked a different bowler today. There's just been more intent, more devil, more purpose to Muzarabani today.
More bite to his bowling. Zimbabwe got to move on at the back end. Pakistan at the moment in front. But you just go back to that last over. It's big opportunity for Wahab Riaz.
Oh, he works him leg side, and it's in the gap. And it's a fine shot by Wahab Riaz.
And Muzarabani will bowl length. He doesn't normally bowl a lot of Yorkers, so the opportunity to get underneath the delivery. And he's flicked it between deep square and fine leg and gets a 1 bounce into the fence boundary.
He certainly knows what to do with the bat. For the county of Derbyshire, he's actually batted at number 3, that high, in their T20 domestic competition in England. And he loves batting. All bowlers love batting.
And loves batting against Zimbabwe. His highest score in ODI cricket is against Zimbabwe as well. So that was in the World Cup. Got 54, and that ended up being enough. And Pakistan went on to win the game. Pakistan in a spot of bother when he came in. Today again, he's got to 44, given a chance, but he's making them pay.
Goes after him again. This will be safe. Madiveri's quick, but he can't get there for that. Oh, they've had chances, Zimbabwe. They dropped. Sikandar Raza dropped Wahab when he was on 38, and there's Wahab again, tantalizingly giving the outfielders a chance, just a look, a glimpse.
And I keep going back to the problem that Zimbabwe have of closing games off. They haven't won a game last 10 one-day games, so they've not got into that habit of actually winning games or winning moments. Right now it's in their grasp. They've got very, very close, but do they have it in them to actually get over the line? That's been a problem for Zimbabwe.
Oh, that's a good hit. That's a really good hit Whoa. Wahab Riaz making a nuisance of himself here. It's a 6, and Wahab Riaz goes to 50. That's his 3rd one-day international half-century. 242 for 6.
अभी 30 बॉलों पे 37 और 30 बॉलों पे 37 2 बाउंड्री कभी राउंड
Babar Azam and Wahab Riaz, this partnership 91. Here's Garava. Ooh, well stopped. Chibaba, the captain, backward point, that hurt.
We're talking about well struck. This was struck extremely well. And nobody's getting that down and nobody's stopping that because that have gone the distance. Riaz goes to 50 in style. Doesn't get better than that.
Just a deft touch. Oh, Sean Williams with the throw. Babar Azam's back comfortably. And I think they sense now this is all done, bar the shouting. 35 in 28.
Yeah, this partnership now just making sure that Pakistan get over the line. It's all very comfortable. We could change that. But Zimbabwe just now have the feeling that it's just slipping away.
Ooh, he's clattered that. Man out there. Craig Irvin. Suddenly the gaps seem a little bit wider now as this partnership heads towards 100. .33 required in 27. That catch that went down when Wahab was on 38, it was fielding practice really. That's what these players do pre-match. They take all those catches so easily. Now when chasing scores of 250 plus in the last 5 years in one days, in 22 games Pakistan have only won 4. They've lost 18. It's a win percentage of below 20. It's only 18%. This looks like being win number 5. But stranger things have happened.
Yeah, and coming in at number 8, Wahab Riaz. Well, he does score crucial runs, and none more crucial than these. Very powerful leg side, but for him to bide his time and then produce some big hits. He's got Pakistan back in the game and also got Pakistan in front.
Yeah, and you could see what it meant to Babar as well. Just relieving some of the pressure on his shoulders. Where was that going? Over. 46 gone, 247 for 6. That's how this match stands. Chamuchababa won the toss. Zimbabwe were 22 for 3, and they reached 278 for 6. Sean Williams with a beautifully crafted 118 not out. Brendan Taylor again in the runs, 56. Sikandar Raza, 45. And Pakistan 247 for 6. Hasnain picked up 5 for 26 in his 10 overs. He could well have had 6 wickets easily there. Catch went down. And now 32 required off 4 overs. Muzarabani. BABAR AZAM has seen the ball like a football. He's seen it big today. But this fellow's looked a different bowler today. He thought he was lacking a little bit in energy in the first couple of matches. I think he's really has stepped up. He's tried his best. He's got some geometry altering to do with his the way his arms flail around, and there's just a little bit of straightening to do, a bit of sessions with an experienced coach. Wahab works it round. He's so unorthodox. He's difficult to bowl at.
Yeah, it's the ball in strange places as Wahab. Well, once he connects, he can deposit you out of the ground as well. Muzarabani, well, Zimbabwe need a wicket fast. They need something to go their way, because at the moment Pakistan almost in cruise control.
Oh, that's the one that he lets go, and Brendan Taylor's done that. That's the ball that doesn't do him any favours. Brendan Taylor's had to, well, he's done well to save 4 here, 4 wides. You see, look at that's coming from. His wrist has gone down the left-hand side of the ball. His head has gone. Everything points to pushing that down to fine leg. That's the geometry I'm talking about, that he's got to get those lines right, and he's got to almost remodel this action. Oh, that's a good shot. Been hit well. Man back there. Williams. Now, just saying that if these scores, that's the 100th partnership, BABAR AZAM and Wahab Riaz, 100 coming from 95 balls. This is the highest partnership of this third one-day international. 7th wicket partnership of 100. Tries to get the Yorker in, that's okay. So if the scores are tied, just say they are tied, we will have a super over here in Rawalpindi, because those are the regulations of the ICC Cricket World Cup Super League that this match is being played under.
And how good would that be, a super over? Alan Wilkins calling the super over. Your money's on that, isn't it?
You're the master of the super over. You know what people in Rawalpindi want. It could happen here. Wahab, he hasn't got enough on this, has he? No, he has not. Sean Williams takes a good catch. And is there a sting in the tail for Zimbabwe?
Wahab was always going to chance his arm. This time goes straight, bottom of the bat. He's gone pretty high, but Sean Williams, the day that he's had, is not dropping that. Is that something for Zimbabwe to work on? 52 of 56, 251 for 7.
coming in at 9, Shaheen Shah Afridi. Oh, that's been just caressed through extra cover for 4. It's easy off the bat from the captain. End of the over, 2:55 for 7. That's a good 52 from Wahab, but he has now exposed this tail. We could be in for some fun here. Now Wahab Riaz getting out has really exposed this tail of Shaheen, Musa Khan and Mohammad Hasnain. 3 young fast bowlers, 20 years of age each of them. Here's Shaheen, he's facing. Now Shaheen does shape up. He does shape up with the bat. He's not the world's worst by any means.
He can hit a long ball. So can Wahab Riaz. He's eyeing a huge one down the ground, bottom of the bat. And a good catch from Williams.
Well, Wahab Riaz was trying to hit this for 6. Nicely taken by Sean Williams. He's had a good day, Sean Williams. Can't bowl wide. You've got to make Shaheen play forward and play straight. That 4 we just saw stroked and caressed through extra by the captain, Babar Azam, was his first boundary in 23 deliveries. Almost 4 overs.
But it was a big boundary in terms of when it was hit. Just lost a wicket. Last ball of the over. Rabbani trying to complete the over, close it down, and Babar hits him for a 4. Just gets the equation back down towards Pakistan.
Now this is interesting because we've had 2 deliveries. There's 4 to go in this over. Now, don't think Babar Azam will take a quick single. He doesn't want to take a single and expose Shaheen. Oh, it's wide. Oh, and the misfield from the captain. He has taken the single. All right, he's taken the single and it's exposed Shaheen now. 3 deliveries for the big left arm quick.
It's interesting what Babar tells Shaheen to do. Shaheen can strike it big. He has that shot over mid-wicket all long on. Big levers, long levers. But really give him the go-ahead and say, yes, take him on.
And Gabara has got to give him one of his own. A fast Yorker. Oh, goodness. That's not really what's required, not to Shaheen. You're talking about the long levers when the ball sits up like that. Garava's got to go, he's got to go long, he's got to go full and straight at the toes of Shaheen. It could be on for a finish here. The rate is now 9. 21 required in 14 balls.
Zimbabwe want Babar's wicket, but the next best result right now will be him off strike. Just get a single. They don't want him to get a boundary here. They don't want that under 15 in the last 2 overs. They want it to be 19 at least.
He's gone after him. Oh, it's close, but not close enough. Just see a different approach that time from Babar Azam.
They're trying to muscle this leg side, looking for that boundary option. It's a good delivery though, pretty full. A chance of a run out, but Shaheen scrambles back. Last delivery off the over. What does Babar do? Does he take the single or look for the boundary? 21 of 13.
Fine leg is up inside. He can't go leg side here. Not too much. Bowled. orthodox left arm delivery at the stumps, but Babar just pushes down the field for one. He's got the bowling. 259 for 7. $20 runs required, 12 legal deliveries. And I'm reminded by Mazhar Arshad, 19 for a super over. Muzarabani's picked up 3 for 42, Tirapano 2, and Garava's got 2 as well. Can make this in their favour here. Get Babar off strike, bowl a couple of deliveries to Shaheen, tie him up. And Babar has got the strike. He got a single off the last ball of the 48th. 12 legal deliveries remaining here in Rawalpindi. Pakistan need 20. And the strike is with Babar Azam, the skipper. Here's Muzarabani. Oh my goodness. That's so unlike Babar Azam. Sense of frustration watching that shot.
Probably the second time he's just lost his shape trying to hit the ball. He doesn't caress it as he normally does. He's trying to force it over the top. Muzarabani is just thinking, why did that miss the stumps?
He was going very much for the $500, hitting the service tyre board. That's what he was looking for. Oh, he's picked this up. It's a great shot. Man out there can only watch it going over his head. What a super strike. Now that has lifted the pressure here.
Quality shot from a class player, drifting onto the pads, a little drop quick. Flicked it in the air and flicked it long and flat. Important boundary, important maximum. And the pressure shifts to Zimbabwe.
It's a wonderful strike, that is. It's not really a strike, is it? It's a flick, deflection. It's his first 6 today, and Muzarabani gets his line wrong. That's the one where he slips down and it goes down that leg side. Loses control with his wrist and his action. That really has just let a little steam off. You could feel it. 20 was required off 11, now 14 in 10. Oh, he's lost it again. It's gone leg side. All right, so they'll take the single. Shaheen has 3 balls to negotiate.
And you think Zimbabwe have to keep Babar off strike for all these 9 deliveries, or maybe 8 deliveries, because the way that Babar hit that 6, I think he just needs 2 hits to get this over the line. Having a chat with Shaheen, maybe just telling him to turn the strike over, but Shaheen might even try to hit it down the ground himself.
266 for 7, Pakistan. Zimbabwe at this stage after 48.3 were 268 for 5. Ahead of them. Oh, he might have got a nick. It's a big waft by Shaheen. That builds a little bit more pressure. 13 from 8 required. Skipper goes down and has another word.
Zip off the surface. You trusted his pace and bounce, which is his go-to delivery. He is dangerous with length bowling at the back end, but Muzarabani is known for bowling short of a length rather than Yorkers.
Oh, he's gone big. Man underneath it, coming in from that fence. Takes a great catch. Sikandar Raza, has he redeemed himself and put Zimbabwe back in the picture?
Muzarabani with the slow one, the little cutter. Shaheen Shah Afridi trying to go down the ground, outside edge of the pad, and a terrific catch. Another twist in the tail. Shaheen out for 2. It's 266 for 8.
Well, I just wonder, do we have a twist in the tail here? That was a terrific catch from Sikandar Raza. He was not going to drop that. He held on to it like gold. So 13 required in 7. He clutched that ball as if he was never going to give it away to anyone in the playground. No one was going to play with it. Great catch, coming in at pace. He did well. Mohammad Musa Khan is the new bat. Musa. Oh, goodness, have they got the glove? Have they got him? Yes, they have! Zimbabwe are shouting and jumping. They got the big one. Babar AZAM, he's not going to steer Pakistan through to the end here.
And what a delivery from Musrabani. The celebration still going on. Short, nipping back, bounce. Gets his 5th wicket. And what a wicket to get. What a time to get Babar AZAM. The glove through to the keeper. Musrabani has got Zimbabwe home.
Oh, what a moment. Savour the moment, big fella. The first 5-wicket haul in ODI cricket, and he gets the big one. Babar AZAM, Pakistan's captain, who's gone for 125, 266 for 9. Well, Babar AZAM couldn't cope with that extra pace, that extra bounce. He tried to work it, the uppercut shot. Mohammad Musa Khan and Mohammad Hasnain. Hasnain picked up 5 for 26, and here he is trying to bat his side to victory. 13 required from the last over. What pressure here in Rawalpindi. It's going to be the responsibility of Richard Ngarava to bowl this final over. It's the biggest over of his life, I would say, right here. ICC World Cup points on offer here for Zimbabwe. 10 points on offer here. And the thrill, the delight, the triumph of beating one of the big sides in world cricket. Look at this celebration. Whoa! Here we go. Oh, that could be 4. That could be 4. It is 4. What a great strike from Musa Khan.
Musa Khan comes to the party, first delivery, and he doesn't know what all the fuss is about. He smoked this down the ground. Long on, long off, on the fence, but they've got absolutely no chance.
He's hit that well, isn't he? No stopping that. Right, Ngarava. 9 from 5. Oh, he's gone after him again. Man out there. Craig Irvin. Only 1. Oh, 9, 8 from 4.
You can feel the tension. It's an empty ground, you can hear everything. Zimbabwe have never been animated this much throughout the series. Suddenly, it's absolutely buzzing. That is inside the ground.
Chamo Chibaba, the skipper. Ngarava. Oh, well bowled, well bowled. Hasnain can't deal with the shorter one. 8 from 3.
8 of 3, the length, that short ball working well. Using the pace and bounce that he's got. He has to get through one more delivery and not concede a boundary.
Tailenders like the ball up. Tailenders like the ball up to them so they can have a swing at it. What's Ngarava going to do here? Right, he's carved this. Could be 2. It is going to be 2. 2 it is. Brian Chari, the fielder. 6 required for Pakistan from 2 deliveries. 5 for a super over.
Bowling into the pitch, will he chance that again?
Well, who's down at third man? Because he's got to watch the length of this delivery from Ngarava. If he can't negotiate the short one, he might just give it the uppercut down to third man. He's gone full again. Out to deep mid-wicket. Raza fields. It's only 1. 5 required in 1 ball to win. 4 gives us a super over.
And 6 makes Musa a hero. 1 delivery, boundary or nothing. They want a boundary as in 4 or 6. No other option. Musa's done this before. He got 17 for against Lahore Qalandars for Islamabad United. So he knows how to get a team over the line. But he needs a boundary.
Ngarava, the hopes are with you for Zimbabwe, and Musa Khan for Pakistan. 5 required. It's gone full. He's missed it. Tendai Chisoro has misfielded. He has missed the ball and he has cost Zimbabwe. This is match tied. It is a super over.
This is madness. He struck this to cover and it's got underneath Chisoro. And Musa Khan has done it. He's given Pakistan the opportunity now to win the game in the super over.
Well, Chisoro, well, he gets handshakes, but that wasn't good enough. He had to get down quicker than that. That was not particularly good from him. Brilliant effort by Musa Rabbani. My word, look at him. And Richard Ngarava. They have done their utmost to get Zimbabwe into a winning position. And we have now got here in Rawalpindi a super over.
Just unbelievable, and Zimbabwe thought that they've done enough to get over the line. And it's Chisoro who just let it slip. But just take a breath and give a thought to the way Musa struck 2 boundaries. Well, Mozrabani started it off with cleaning up Imam, swing and pace. FAKHAR playing across the line in Zimbabwe, but pumping.
Yes, boys! Yes,
Yeah, high-class bowling, and that was out as well. LBW, HAIDER Ali went to review, but it was gone. And then, of course, we had BABAR AZAM. But RIZWAN lost his stumps, but then we had the fluency of the skipper, but wickets were going at the other end. FAKHAR.
Kushdil came in and looked the part before Mozrabani came back and nicked him off. And the partnership with Wahab and BABAR AZAM. BABAR AZAM getting to his 100 first as the ODI captain, looking to guide his team home. Wahab got to his 50 with a massive hit. In between, he got dropped by Sikandar Raza. And Mozrabani got his own back. Williams with the catch, and suddenly it looked as if Zimbabwe were turning the screw big time. Shaheen Shah Afridi then sliced one to Sikandar Raza, who redeemed himself with a terrific catch. The big wicket then, Babar Azam nicked behind off a terrific bouncer by Blessing. It then came down to the last over, and that last ball, Pakistan requiring 5 to win, 4 for a super over, and this happens.
Well, it was up there to be hit. Chisoro went down slowly, had to get something behind it. All he had to do was stop that ball going to the boundary, and that was poor from him. Yeah, it was going, but you've got that's an awful piece of fielding. I'm sorry, Tendai Chisoro, you've got to stop that. When your side is one ball away from winning against Pakistan in Rawalpindi, you get something behind the ball. That is not good enough, and the bowler knew it.
Yeah, all of Zimbabwe will know that. They could have just right now been celebrating a huge victory against Pakistan, but it's end up 278 for 9. Musa 9 with 2 boundaries, Babar led from the front, 125 of 125 deliveries.
It will be Pakistan who will bat first in this super over because they're the chasing side, and in the regulations they will bat first. Zimbabwe can choose which end from which to bowl. And let's just give you the bowling figures. Musa Rabbani, 10 overs, 5 for 49. His first 5-wicket haul in one-day cricket. And Garava, 9 overs, 2 for 62. 7 overs from Chisoro, none for 48. Tirapano, he bowled well when he came on, 2 for 39 in 7. Sikandar Raza, 10 overs, none for 42. And Sean Williams, 7 overs, none for 37. And let's not forget, he scored 118 not out. And the first 2 batsmen will be FAKHAR Ahmed and Kushdil Shah, who will bat for Pakistan in this super over. Only 1 review per side is allowed in the super over, and the fielding conditions are the same as in the last over of regulation, so 5 fielders can be out on the fence if required. Oh, it's all gone now, but I wonder whether Chibaba, why he had Chisoro there. To me, that's a key fielding position. Well, every position is key then, but you know, if your left arm quick, he's going to bowl up. The captain's got to know where he's bowling, and then you get players, fielders in positions where you have an idea where that ball's going to go. Oh, desperate, wasn't it, for Zimbabwe?
And now they'll have to focus on these 6 deliveries up to Musrabani to make sure that he restricts Pakistan in this super over. Fine leg in the circle. There's a change of field as well. Chisoro now being shifted to mid-off. So the boundary options for FAKHAR, if he wants to go through the field, is mid-off and fine leg in the circle.
Oh, FAKHAR's gone after this. It's gone high and straight into the hands of Craig Irvine. A deep backward square.
Musrabani with pace off the delivery. This is clever bowling. He knows that FAKHAR is going to chance his arm, so pace off the delivery. FAKHAR, bottom of the bat, drags it leg side, and that's a good catch. A great start for Zimbabwe.
It's gone for naught, first ball. Naught for 1. FAKHAR ZAMAN is the next man in. He only got 2 in regulation. But if anyone can cause damage, severe damage, it's FAKHAR ZAMAN.
Well, if Muzrabani gets another wicket, the innings is over. This is the last pair. So 5 deliveries. It'll be ideal for Muzrabani if he can dismiss Khushtil's this ball. And then Zimbabwe will just have to chase 1. But what does Khushtil do now? Does he chance his arm and try and get maximum? Because this could all go down in a heap if he gets out this delivery. He's standing in front of the stumps, looking leg side.
Muzrabani from the pavilion end. It's gone straight up in the air. It's gone straight up in the air. Who wants it? Who's got it? Raza, it dropped into no man's land. Oh, goodness.
It's just been that kind of day for Zimbabwe. Almost yet again. It's gone miles in the air and still dropped safe.
Goodness, who are the gods looking down on here? Do you know, this is only the 2nd super over in one-day international cricket. The first was the ICC Cricket World Cup final last year at Lord's.
Nobody remembers that.
Oh, Bazid Khan. FAKHAR ZAMAN is on strike. Ooh, he's clattered it. Straight to Raza and long on. Muzrabani's doing a good job here.
He's doing a terrific job. Just 2 runs off the first 3 deliveries. Can he go through this over without conceding a boundary? You know that Pakistan have specialist death bowlers, so they need to make sure that they don't concede any boundaries. Khushtil again covering the stumps, looking leg side.
Bowled him, it drags it on. Muzrabani, what a celebration. And that is the end of Pakistan in this super over. 2 for 2, innings closed. Advantage Zimbabwe.
Surely Muzrabani has now done enough. The slow one working inside edge onto leg stump. 7 wickets for Muzrabani. 5 in the 50 overs and 2 in the super over. A fantastic super over, Muzrabani. If now Zimbabwe don't win this, they never will.
Well, that is really disappointing from Pakistan with their quality and their experience. Blessing Muzrabani, all blessings to you. You wonderful performer for Zimbabwe tonight. That has been extraordinary from him. Blessing Muzrabani, picked up 5 in regulation. He's knocked over 2 in the super over, and now Zimbabwe need 3 to win in 6 balls.
And he's been a blessing for Chisoro as well. He's redeemed Chisoro with that over. Zimbabwe need 3 to win. It's been a terrific super over. It's been just absolutely wonderful from Blessing Muzrabani. Didn't concede a boundary and actually bowled Pakistan out. Now it might be up to Shaheen Shah Afridi. Well, he's warming up. Can he produce 2 of his Yorkers that he's known for?
Babar Azam. There's tension there, isn't there? There's tension in the camp. Musa Khan, he went for 80 in his 10 overs. Mohammad Hasnain picked up 5 for 26 in his 10.
Well, bowling cap on. Who do you bowl? You go to Wahab Riaz or do you go to Shaheen Shah Afridi? That decision Babar has to make right now.
Who would you go with?
I'm looking to Wahab Riaz because he's been specialist in the death overs. Yes, Shaheen Shah Afridi is in the form of his life, but I think there might be a change in decision. Shaheen Shah Afridi was warming up, but there must be a thought of Wahab Riaz.
Well, Wahab is your senior bowler here, isn't he? Wahab Riaz also. Who wants it? Who tells the captain? Who goes to the captain and says, I want the ball, give me the ball? The captain can make the decision. Looks like it's going to be Shaheen Shah Afridi. Oh dear, this is tense. Got any nails left there, Wahab?
Animated, Pakistan truly animated. They thought they'd got out of this with that strike through the covers from Musa. Now they have to, well, Shaheen Shah Afridi has to produce 2 wicket-taking deliveries.
Now, who are Zimbabwe going to open with here? It looks as if it's going to be Shaheen Shah Afridi to bowl from the pavilion end. It's going to be Brendan Taylor and Sikandar Raza. Zimbabwe need 3 runs in this super over. This is only the 2nd super over in international ODI cricket. In ODI cricket, the first, as you say, you don't talk about it. Last year, ICC Cricket World Cup final at Lords, England prevailing over New Zealand.
So going by that, Zimbabwe will get 2 runs, and then what? We'll have another super over because
yes, do you know that? There
the
will be
rules are
another
changed.
one.
They won't look at boundaries this time.
Well, what drama here at the Pindi Stadium, Rawalpindi. What a day of cricket we've had. Everything that, all the guts, all the heart that Zimbabwe have, they've summoned up their resources here today. They knew they had to come back with a better performance, and they've done that. Now Sikandar Raza, Brendan Taylor. 3 they need. Muzarabani's picked up his 7 wickets. Has he got his feet up? Is he going to watch? He picked up 5 and he's knocked over 2. He knocked over FAKHAR and Kushtil in the super over.
Shaheen Shah Afridi will bowl round the wicket. He'll look for the Yorker. The change-up will be the short ball. But all Zimbabwe have to do is just get singles. Just need 3. With 2 wickets in hand.
Brendan Taylor. There's an orthodox third man who's quite fine, and there's an orthodox fine leg. 3 required for Zimbabwe. They'll take 1. Ooh, this is tense. Maybe not so much now.
Still 2 runs required, 5 deliveries and a couple of wickets. Pakistan would want to knock Sikandar Raza over right now. 5 inside the circle. Now the deep point is coming in as well, so 6 inside the circle. Does Sikandar Raza try his luck and go over the infield? Does he finish it with 1 shot?
Oh, keep your eye on the ball, Sikandar Raza. There was a little sort of waltz and a pirouette. It almost looked like he took his eye off the ball.
Yeah, playing a miss. Chances are the short ball working, just goes through. But everybody's in the circle, so any decent connection over the offside and it'll be done and dusted.
Zimbabwe have beaten Pakistan 4 times in ODIs, going back to 1995. The last was October 2015. It's gone short again. He's going to get a couple here. That's a misfield. The misfield by Wahab Riaz, and it's gone for 4. And that is the end of this contest. The super over has been won by Zimbabwe in thrilling style. not so sure if it was Wahab Riaz. It might even have been the captain at mid-off, but Babar Azam we think it was, but Brendan Taylor, Sikandar Raza, they see off Pakistan, and they can thank Blessing Muzarabani for this thrilling victory, and Sean Williams with his magnificent 100 in regulation.
And finally, after 10-1 international, and with every little ounce of strength, Zimbabwe crossed the line. They thought they had it in the 50th over, but they didn't. And then Blessing Muzarabani produced one of the best ever super overs. Got a couple of wickets and made sure that Zimbabwe now all cheers and all hugs and all happy. Sikandar Raza gives Williams a hug. Williams got 100 and was almost on the losing side, but Zimbabwe finally crossed the line.
Outstanding century by Sean Williams, an outstanding century by Babar Azam, Pakistan's captain. But this shows the resolve, the guts, the character of the Zimbabwe side, and it smiles all round. Chambucha Baba hasn't had a good time with the bat himself. Misbah, Wakar. There'll be some glum faces, but there is applause for the way that Zimbabwe stuck at this. They competed, they more than competed. Young Wesley Madhaveri there, number 17. A performer and a man for the future, a young man for the future. Well, what this does as well, it not only gives Zimbabwe great confidence as they go forward, but we've got the T20 series to come in 3 days' time, starting on the 7th, here at this ground, at this stadium. 3 T20s.